René Descartes was a French-born philosopher who is known as the father of modern philosophy, best known for his quote, "Cogito ergo sum," I think, therefore I am. Descartes was born near Tours in France in 1596, and was educated in classics, logic, and the philosophy of Aristotle in a Jesuit college in Anjou. He graduated and then studied at the University of Poitiers, obtaining his law license in 1616. He then enlisted in the army, and during his spare time he studied mathematics. In 1619 he experienced a series of powerful dreams which influenced him greatly in his pursuit of science and knowledge, and he acknowledged this as the focal point of his life. He spent time in various parts of Europe before he settled in the Dutch Republic. He maintained his studies and lived in various places throughout the Republic. During this time he began his writing career, and he began to publish his new works that would revolutionize mathematics and philosophy. These works included The World, Discourse on the Method, La Géométrie, Meditations of First Philosophy, which is still a standard text on most philosophy courses, Principles of Philosophy, and Passions of the Soul. His new mathematical theories provided the basis for the study of calculus, analytic geometry, and Cartesian geometry, where geometric functions are described using algebra. He died in 1650 in Stockholm and is seen as a revolutionary thinker who tried to integrate philosophy with new forms of science, as well as with the theology of the time. He is considered one of the key figures in the scientific revolution.
Descartes influenced the modern system due to his major contributions in philosophy and mathematics. His own form of rationalism was a new idea for the time. Descartes rejected the mind-body dualism, arguing that matter, the body, and intelligence, the mind, are two independent substances. This idea was referred to as metaphysical dualism. He expanded on this topic in one of his most famous works, Meditations on the First Philosophy. The book centralizes on the metaphysical dualistic theme. He writes that humans are spirits, and that their essential attributes are exclusively of the spirit, for example, thinking, willing, and conceiving. The human spirit occupies a mechanical body, made up of extended substance. Attributes like sense perception, movement, and appetite are of the body and not the spirit, so they do not encompass human essence. Descartes published a Discourse on the Method in 1637, which was crucial to the evolution of natural sciences. He covers the issue of skepticism and resolves that any problem can be solved through extensive thought, hence his most commonly coined phrase, "I think, therefore I am." He believed that doubting everything was the clear way to prove the truth of a matter. Descartes' final and most important contribution to the scientific revolution period was his work with mathematics. He is the founder of analytic geometry, which brings together the analytical tools used in algebra in conjunction with the visual stimuli found in geometry. Together, Descartes found a way to visualize algebraic functions. He introduced the coordinate system, which is still used today in modern calculus and going by the same name, the Cartesian coordinate system. Descartes also came up with the standard form of complex numbers, which is a plus bi. And although these complex numbers have been mentioned before his time, Descartes was the first to coin them with the name imaginary numbers. He meant for the term to be negative, insisting that if they were involved in the problem, it couldn't be solved. However, they can be, which I will demonstrate momentarily. All in all, René Descartes was crucial to the development of modern math and philosophical ideas. Okay, so Descartes' theory of imaginary numbers can be explained using this math problem. We have the square root of negative 16 plus the square root of negative 36 minus the square root of 49 minus the square root of negative 1. First, the square roots are taken from each set of numbers, and I is put in the place of the negative sign because you can't have a negative square root. So, when the square roots are taken, they become simplified to 4i plus 6i for the first part and 7i minus I for the second part, because any square root of negative 1 becomes I just by itself. So then once simplified again, you get 4i plus 6i equals 10i, and 7i minus I equals 8i, because whenever you have an I by itself, it gets added, not subtracted, even though there's a subtraction sign. And with one final simplification of 10i minus 8i, you've got 2i, which is your final answer. So that's Descartes' theories of imaginary numbers. With that being said, despite my really bad live presentation, I hope you found my video at least a little bit informative.